Now, Donald Trump Jr. takes more than his father's name. He also takes after his terrible tweeting habits. Now, the Republican presidential nominee's son tweeted out an image on Monday that uses Skittles to argue against admitting refugees into the United States. Now, I want to show you this tweet and show you the image that's attached to it. It says, if I had a bowl of Skittles and I told you just 3 would kill you, would you take a handful? Skittles? Skittles? Poison Skittles? Now, Trump Jr. said this image says it all. Let's send the politically correct agenda that doesn't put America first. Now, I have to notice that this is actually originally from Joe Walsh. Yeah, remember deadbeat Joe Walsh, who got crushed? He actually said, "Hey, Donald Trump Jr., that's the point I made last month. Glad you agree." Now, it's kind of ironic how they use the Skittles example, since, of course, Republicans want to eliminate regulation on food safety, so those Skittles, more than 3 of them, might actually kill you. A little ironic. Now, Skittles' parent company, Wrigley America, distanced itself from this tweet with this response opposing Donald Trump Jr. He said, quote, "Skittles are candy. Refugees are people. We don't feel it's an appropriate analogy. We will respectfully refrain from further commentary, as anything we could say could be misinterpreted as marketing." Good decision on that one. Look, so there's essentially the claim, right? On substance here. Well, don't let them into the country because you never know. Some of them might actually be terrorists, right? Some of these refugees. Now, that's actually wrong. Now, Vox reports that there was some research done by the Cato Institute. Yes, the Cato Institute, which is a libertarian right-wing think tank, right? Now, Cato analyst Alec Naurista looked at how likely you are to be killed by an immigrant terrorist, right? Because that's what they're freaking out about. Oh my God, the immigrants are coming. They're all ISIS. They're going to come for us. Just you wait. The immigrants are coming. Those Syrian refugees, those 10,000, are supposedly going to bring down the entire nation because most of them are terrorists. That's what they think, man. That's what they think. Well, here are the real numbers, right? Now, Naurista combed through the data on terrorism and immigration from 9 different sources, covering the years from 1975 through 2015. Now, he counted any attack on U.S. soil in which an immigrant participated as a terrorist attack by immigrants, even if some native-born Americans also helped in its planning or execution. So they're not leaving anything out. They're counting everything. Okay? Now, what did they find? Virtually all the deaths from immigrant attacks, 98.6% of them, came from one event. That event is 9/11, the worst terrorist attack in American history. Well, that makes all the sense in the world. 98.6% of all immigrant-related deaths. Wow. Now, other than that, fatal immigrant-linked terrorist attacks in the United States were incredibly rare. In fact, the average likelihood of an American being killed in a terrorist attack in which an immigrant participated in any given year is 1 in 3.6 million. Now, that includes the 9/11 deaths. Wow. Now, if you exclude the 9/11 deaths from this data, you will be more likely to be killed by a lightning strike than a terrorist attack executed by foreigners. By a lot. Much more likely. You're more likely to be killed by your clothes combusting than you are a terrorist attack. But still, everybody freaks out about them. Now, Vox points out that 9/11 style attacks are rare and they're scary, right? They're super scary. But they're also incredibly rare because they take a lot of planning and a lot of time, and they're very, very difficult to pull off, especially now that we are hyper aware of terrorist attacks. So, Dan Byman, a terrorism expert at Georgetown University, writes, look, 15 years without a mass casualty attack is more than just luck. It is that difficult. The U.S. government's counterterrorism efforts in the form of military strikes and terrorist infrastructure, CIA-led international intelligence cooperation, FBI domestic investigations, and Department of Homeland Security border security deserve much of the credit for stopping these attacks. Now, the most interesting breakdown of this whole thing actually comes from refugee visas. Now, this is the new thing, right? Oh my God, the Syrian refugees are all military-age males, which is not true. They're all going to come over here, right? And some of them are going to be infiltrated by ISIS to do attacks and to create terror cells in America. So we shouldn't let any of the refugees in unless we're able to vet them, right? Now, here are the real numbers on this. According to the research, this kind of thing is incredibly rare. Why? Because, well, one reason is the vetting, right, that refugees and Syrian refugees are already put through. And Donald Trump says, oh, no, we got to stop this before, so we can figure this thing out. And we need tougher vetting. Well, we already vet them for 2 years. Well, almost 2 years. It can take up to 2 years. It's usually about 18 months, which is a year and a half. Still, the odds of being killed by a refugee terrorist, get this, that is 1 in 3.6 billion. Nowister writes, of the 3,252,493 refugees admitted from 1975 to 2015, 20 of them were terrorists. Now that amounted to about 0.00062% of the total. Of the 20, 3 were successful in their attacks, killing a total of 3 people. 1 in 3.6 billion. No, ISIS is coming with the refugees. We better stop all the refugees who are running from ISIS. These are the numbers. These are stone cold facts. You can't refute this. This is a study. This is a study done by libertarians, by right-wingers. These are numbers. This is data. These are facts. You want to ignore the facts? Well, have at it. If you want to run for president and ignore the facts, well, you're going to lose. At least, I hope you lose. If you win, well, that's a problem for everyone. Now, this goes along with another conspiracy theory that was hatched in 2014. Now, they claimed, right-wingers, claimed that ISIS was sneaking into the United States by the Mexican border. Now we're still looked at that too, right? To see how many unauthorized immigrants or undocumented immigrants ended up becoming terrorists. The results, unsurprisingly, none. Almost none, I should say. Only 10 unauthorized immigrants became terrorists, a minuscule 0.00038% of the 26.5 million who entered through 1975 through 2015. Only one of those immigrants, Ahmed Ajaj, actually succeeded in killing an American. These are numbers. These are facts. The right wing, Republicans, and some Democrats want you to continuously crap your pants over these numbers, over the idea that Syrian refugees or that ISIS, they're coming for you. They're coming to kill you. They're after you. And they're going to be successful if we let people come into the country. But according to the numbers, it's not true. It's not true. It never has been true. It is factually inaccurate. And to continue spotting these lies is essentially just using fear-mongering tactics to get votes. And that is fundamentally wrong. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.